You know right, assassinate. Airport and my moja nanu shegu edigu on my
Every day, yes, sorry, ewo on my way one. You see a story that makes you feel like it's on my way cry. I feel yenye den. Every single day. Every single day. Sorry, better story. We can say, just say, what is wrong with us as a country? What is wrong with us? Like, we don't value the lives of human beings. Like, which one want to say for? Look at the story right in front of you. As a woman in labor dies after ambulance service demanded 600 cedis for fuel. Ambulance, nyamiadom, answer na President Akufo-Addo beba. Na ye ni enim say Ghana, the whole country, na ye ambulance a ye juma, na ndu 20 mpo. The whole country, so ata answer na President Akufo-Addo beba 10 regions. Na ambulance, what the whole country, na ndu 20, de na ye juma. Nyamiadom President Akufo-Addo ba na one district, one ambulance. Ya de, ne krane nyami ni ambulance is not the buy no, wo bo modern, wo bi obeka se Akufo-Addo anya de bia no wo boa. Ya de, because from 20 to now over 200 ambulances. Oh, come on. I just a tiny pakuno to the extent said you be bi anya ofe or ya idea was idea ne ho. One of the things he'll be remembered for. Now so hey.
Melodies TV on
YouTube.
YouTube.
A 2 points where ambulance no. Ya to na akantia ye de beka ho ebema na ye adwuma no. Ye nya ma no. Ama nkrofo enam so ema wo mu ewu. It was the essence of the ambulance. Now this particular thing no eya na minim se omo aye the ambulance na show mu nsem se wo mo manage no wo mo na che se wunhu se because president need the ambulance na maye wie, you don't expect him to still be checking. That's why there need to be levels of authority. It is a president na ya e wo se wo bi wo ho a eye na ejuma say president na ye ne de president in juma bebre won so won expect say wo no wato ambulance na wie no obesan so aba beka say in the ambulance no ye we. Yes, occasionally you have to do that because yes, he is the president and the nature of the country you run no sir. But in actual sense, if we have systems working in this country, nanka president nyato nyama we are, the other responsible systems will just pick it up and they will work on it. And can say yes, so check it, but because of the system we run in this country, president here dear we are, yes, so sanso call back. No sanso check is idea no boy juma. I said they be constantly. E be si den na nyame dan ni so no wetumi aye. I know some people might blame the president for this, but aside that, who they will blame the president now, blame him. But aside that,
Melodies TV on YouTube.
Me susu say the major blame no and come the authorities it was a woman handles idea way. The maintenance of the ambulance and everything. A cementa na ke the ambulance na kwa kofa. Na we ni name no ebia brofo no na wonti afi na tre say oba pemfo owo we wu because ye say ye de ne kwotena ambulance mu e de na akọ hospital no. You say ambulance no fuel enim petrol enim inti wonti a 600 cedis no mo fanto petrol engu ambulance nemu nikunu enya 600 cedis na ma ambulance no inti oba newu. Let me read the story no entremo na omaya yetimu say near like total disregard for the lives of human beings. How do you expect this country to move forward? Nkrofo we ni na ewu a omusun omo blood is on the nation and you expect to move forward as a country. Now I'm saying melodies. Obia now say melodies me hunze nkrofo bebre asha so mo kan melodies free Ghana because yes eya na me catch nkrofo so munsun free Ghana. To mo so ti story bi enya wo mo say melodies free Ghana. You see, I don't blame them. Ghana kwa akoye oman bi asisi ana say it's good to love the country from afar. Like sisi ano send your man akwa akoye no. Like the free Ghana na kwa abrochire once in every year December na waba ji em se sana sisi akwa akoye love the country from afar. Because utimwa and someone what's no. Obeka say na sembe nkreni. Any or say a 31-year me read this story na mama. Or say a 31-year-old woman, Augustina Awotwe, has lost her life in an ambulance after undergoing a cesarean session at the Holy Child Catholic Hospital in Fijai after her husband's inability to fuel the ambulance at the hospital to transport her to the Kolebu Teaching Hospital in Accra. Me put the name if you say yefie and asem no was a hospital. Na hospital na wa no yaye no operation. And you see a moye denti or see a deno Kolebu. Into hospital hona ambulance no one no. Ambulance no hospital. Hospital hona ambulance no one no. Yesi fuel nim. Into patient no ento fuel. Engo ambulance ni mwansi yede nako Kolebu no. Hey! No my just say.
Melodies TV
so
on YouTube.
how is this normal? How is this like what into what would you me? How is this not how? What? What is this? John Obriyabwa, the husband of the deceased, narrating the incident to Empire News, indicated that his wife had reported to the hospital on January 3rd, expecting to give birth on Tuesday, January 4th, 2022. He said after leaving his wife in the care of her sister at the hospital, he left for his house at Shama Junction. I was there when the sister called that my wife's situation had become critical and they were preparing to transfer her to Kolebu. So I was surprised. A few minutes later, I received a call. I think it was the ambulance service team asking where I was. And I told them I was at Shama Junction, which they asked me to wait and later picked me. He said after joining the ambulance en route to Kolebu, upon reaching Asoko Esiaman, they asked for 600 cedis to buy fuel. And I told them I don't have such an amount on me. He said he suggested to the ambulance team to cater for the refueling of the vehicle and later add the cost to the medical bill. He said the team refused and had to stop the ambulance for a while at Asoko Esaman, but he later managed to provide them 50 cedis, which they used to purchase fuel. However, instead of continuing the journey to Kolebu, they returned to the hospital at Fijai. Mr. Obriyabwa said as they returned to Fijai, the medical team could not understand why the ambulance had returned, which became an argument between the medical team and the ambulance team. But later, the hospital provided the money to purchase the fuel. This, he said, delayed the journey for close to 30 minutes until they finally set off for Kolebu Teaching Hospital in Accra at around 6 p.m. Tuesday evening. He says while on the journey, as they reached Elmina in the central region, the team informed him that his wife's condition was becoming critical, that needed immediate medical intervention. They then suggested to send her to the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital. He says upon reaching the Cape Coast Teaching Hospital, even before his wife could be sent in for the said medical intervention, one of the personnel from the ambulance team informed him that his wife had died. He's therefore blaming his wife's demise largely on the delay by the ambulance team and is prepared to seek legal redress. Yes, for Moko courts, it is them, it is their fault. But I'm saying, and as same way si wo Fijai, meaning say Fijai the Takrady area outside, Shama, me sure, say Takrady area outside. Ni esi yen transporting ni pakronem bra Accra. Na mo de ne pakona to ato ambulance mu e de ne ba Accra. Mudu kwan so a
Melodies TV on YouTube.
Nikunu ema muskana munto fuo. Nikunu si woni sike bi o ma mo 600 cedis na munto fuo. Nikunu si woni sike bia. Ti asem no. Nikunu si woni sike bia. Sike ni ne ho at that time. Ahon traba like atone so sike ni ne ho at that time. 50 cedis spend no ho. Mo de mo gi 50 cedis na mo fanto fuo no. Ana mo amofa musika nto. Na mo duwie na bibia etoso a medical bill no mo fanka ho obetua enye hwe. Mo se dabi na mo stop ambulance na mo gi 50 cedis to fuo. Mo to fuo ni wieye na mo sanso sign mo chi. Mo amba Accra no. Mo sanso sign mo chi eko Fijai hospital ho. Mo do na doctors no eka se nipa kwi yesi wo wu. Mo fa ne nko Kolebu. Mo akọ asanso assign de na ababiom asemben inti ekoda ne ntokwa between ambulance team no any hospital doctors no. Omo say na ambulance for 7 say mfunu be na mudi. And afi doctors na nkasa ko yi say sika no fuel money no ebe ma ambulance for no. ena ambulance for no edito fuel a womo de buy womo do central region omo hu se daabi se ambulance for no omo so omo nim sa nurses ne nyama bi wom but yo din foforo de from omo do central region omo hu se daabi ma me ne the way edu de owu instead of Kolebu no yemfa ne nko Cape Coast Teaching Hospital ewo ho and so ye big hospital ombedu ono na ma me newu we on my way and you want someone to die for this country we on my way this way chiakai way hey listen, God. So what? God, what is this? What? My ben crying and your coupon, what my baby came to say. My ben crying. My ben crying. What? Rade. So the man has lost his wife and his unborn child. Ni yiriu akolana wo wonin so by this time probably yentin ho asem but se ni yiri ne ewu dia akolana so mo yin ntemu a on survive etieni why the obi yari de na to ambulance mu drive here do in road ni akwentin fi we do road ni fi baby we say must stop a full ni everything so everything ow na say boy what say when where are you where which country oh my baby na better asem we wom do fi we say full asa Fou la sa. Ready. True. Oh, Charlie. Ready. Hey, I'm in so much pain. Oh, Charlie. Ghana. Kwame Nkrumah Ghana any. Ghana. Muncha margin. Charlie. Just like that. Like what? Why?